Welcome, y'all. Hi to everybody on YouTube watching the playback. We are on a lot of platforms. Let me see here. So we're on TikTok, Kick, YouTube, and WAP. So yes, we're on a few platforms. All right, we're on a lot of platforms today. If you're watching me on TikTok, this will be posted on YouTube. I'm gonna explain that again. If you're on Kick, Kick saves the recording, so you can watch it on Kick if that's your app of choice, and it'll be on YouTube timestamped. I'm just gonna give it a second, give people a second to join. Could shuffle the cards for a little bit. I'm cooking too, so I'm gonna have to do a little intermission. Hey, good morning or good afternoon. I'm gonna have to take a quick intermission to get my dinner off the stove. I had to cook it early today, get it out the way. And I just have to make the rice, but it only takes a second. But anywho, I'm just waiting for a few people to join. We're on all the platforms, guys. YouTube, Kick, TikTok, and WAP. We're going to go in the regular order today. Yesterday we went backwards. I got really tired when I got to Aries, so Aries is up first. They get to be first today because I was half asleep. I don't really have like any like overall general message or anything like that. You guys, of course, I'm going to repeat this, of course. I know it's only a few people in here, but if you're watching a playback, you can do the $5 Cash App questions when you catch me live. You'll be able to do that. If you want personal readings, it is linked in my TikTok bio. It's linked in my YouTube videos, descriptions, all that is on the WAP.com site. And it's just a monthly subscription. And my name is the same on all platforms, so it's EeshUrHeartOut across all platforms, and my Cash App is EeshUrHeartOut. It is the same thing on all platforms, no numbers, no underscores, none of that. And yeah, so I will, those of you that's already watching, I will have to repeat that a couple of times, so apologies if you hear me being repetitive. But, all right, because I know people are going to ask these questions. All right, Aries, let's see what the situation is for the Aries. Let's see what's going on with the Aries here. What's the situation for my Aries? Okay, Angel, a Sagittarius. Okay, if you don't know a Sagittarius, it could be about having patience. Sagittarius energy, the Temperance card is patience, calming yourself down. This can also be a teacher of any zodiac sign. It could be a teacher. This could also represent like a spiritual journey or something that you're learning spiritually. Those of you that do not, I'm just saying that in general if you don't know a Sag, all right? You got an Angel here, all right? What role do you play here, Aries? Let's see. Okay, self-love. So you feel comfortable within yourself. You're looking out for yourself, making sure that you're comfortable. Okay, what other energy should you be in this scenario, Aries? Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't want to keep that. That didn't. Let's see. What energy should you be in here, Aries? Okay, peace. All right, so there's nothing to worry about. You can be calm. You can rest. If you're wondering whether or not you should do anything, if you are able to take a break and take a rest, make sure that you do that with peace. That's like literally resting yourself, sleeping. I'm also getting with peace, this could be about not saying anything. There's no need to speak on something. There's no need to pay attention to it. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so what is Angel? What does that have to do with your reading? What is the role, or what is this energy? Let's clarify it. Okay, skill. Okay, so they could be showing something off, or they have some sort of skill set. I'm also getting to, this is the energy of cause and effect with Libra energy. Somebody can have a Libra placement. All right, so we got skill, connectivity, and voice. Okay, maybe you think you have to talk. If your energy is peace, you don't have to say anything or worry about anything. You're like, I have no choice but to say something. I don't think you need to speak on anything. You don't have to worry about it. All right, let's see. Those of y'all join on TikTok, it's not personal questions, y'all. It's general. Y'all can do the $5 Cash App questions. Welcome, y'all, on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's see. Real quick, if anybody joining, y'all want to do the personal questions, we do them in between the zodiac signs, and you can do a $5 Cash App question. My Cash App is the same name as all my platforms. Now, I do have to hide the spammers because it's probably a bot anyway, so please do not spam. If you post the same question over and over again, I'm going to have to hide you. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate you. All right, shout out to Carla. Thank you. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards from my Aries. Let's clarify what's going on here. These cards feel a little sticky. All right. Yeah, okay, the 4 of Cups, Judgment. Literally, there's something about talking. Okay, so this person there's an energy where we're observing something. They're speaking out. They're going to say it with judgment. There's a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so the Wheel of Fortune does have an angel up here. It has the Sagittarius up here in the corner. So we're just going to assume, I guess that's the one that's talking or saying something. So literally, I see somebody noticing something. They're like studying it, noticing it, and then they're going to say something out loud about an opportunity here. All right. I feel like too, somebody could be making a decision to redo something. The Wheel of Fortune is like a redo. I got the 10 of Swords, the Hermit, the Knight of Swords. There's the 9 of Swords. And then the 4 of Wands. Here's your 4 of Swords. There's nothing to worry about. Literally, I feel like you have the choice between being worried and not. If you're staying up late or something like that, you need to go to sleep, okay? I didn't say Aries was bad luck. Aries is not bad luck. I don't know. Do you think Aries are bad luck? I don't know. But yeah, if you're up late at night or something like that, or like you can't sleep, try your best to rest yourself. Let's figure out so what are you able to be at peace with here? I don't think there's anything you have to worry about. Okay, rebellion. So what is the worry? What do you think is going to occur? Personality. Oh, voice. Maybe you don't want somebody to say something out loud. I don't think they're going to talk about it. What is this person saying with the Judgment? Maybe they're only talking about certain stuff or... All right, you got strength. Finesse. Okay, so something did not work, or somebody saying that a Leo... I feel like a Leo has a secret. So somebody's going to say something that confirms like a Leo has a secret or something like that, or they're hiding some sort of trick. There's like some sort of trickery that's hidden. There's like a secret. Okay. I mean, I don't think, if just what you're wondering about is somebody going to put somebody's business out there or share a secret, I don't see that happening. All right, so you're able to be at peace with rebellion. You don't have to worry about somebody breaking the rules, or if somebody is doing something that's going against the grain a little bit, that's okay, I'm assuming. So what's the rule here? It's nothing to worry about. All right, what is somebody doing that's a little different? Okay, so there's some sort of like, okay, go through a struggle, or there's like difficulty, but then you have style. Yeah, peace again. So something's not going to be difficult. You have peace and innovation and dominance. Yeah, so somebody's able to control a scenario. I don't think you have to worry about anything if you are. All right, what is the outcome for you, Aries? Let's see. Yeah, potential. What does something have the potential to become or grow into here? Okay, you got fluidity, vision. So somebody experimented with something. Somebody was experimenting and now they can see something more clearly. Okay, order. So that's what's going on. Somebody, okay, I experimented with this and now they're making a decision, judgment, the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like there's a situation where you went through, and this could be you or whatever, but there's like an experimental phase. All right, so they're making a judgment call that, okay, I'm going to take this opportunity. Fluidity is when you're going with the flow or trying different things out. What were they able to see needs to come first? And this could be you, of course. Okay, you got mood and then knowledge. Okay. All right, well, the Four of Cups was there. So there could be, this could be mood as well. Sometimes I look at mood as either the Four or the Five of Cups. So this is the energy where it's like, okay, let me sit and think about something, or let me sit and focus on this. Okay. Interesting. All right, so that was Aries. Aries is always pretty quick. Real quick, if those of you that are joining, if you do want personal questions during the live, you can do a $5 Cash App question. My Cash App is the same as my usernames. If you're on TikTok, this is going to be timestamped up on YouTube if you do miss your sign. We're going in order of the zodiac. So we just finished Aries. We're going to do Taurus next. So if y'all don't know what the zodiac is, it's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. That's the order that we're going to go in. And then the next time I will go backwards. So my late signs, I switch it up. So y'all not always last. Let me write down my notes. Thank you. Thank you for the rose. Okay. Taurus is next. That was pretty straight to the point for the Aries. Welcome y'all on YouTube as well. All right, Tauruses. Let's see. Oh, my braid was pulling in the back. All right, Tauruses. All right, what is the situation for the Tauruses? What's the situation for the Tauruses? Oh, okay, Defiance. Okay, now Taurus, you are the respect card. So this could be somebody going against you, or like, okay, so now we got like maybe envy, jealousy, maybe getting upset. Okay, what is what is the standard here? What's the rule? So, or just breaking some sort of rule or regulation. Okay, knowledge. Either we're like jealous or upset that somebody knows something, or somebody's going against something that they already know. What do we have knowledge about? Somebody already knows better and they're going to kind of break the rules here. So knowledge and confidence. What is someone going to do instead? Really? The strength. Okay. If these are people, there's a, okay, somebody needs to see a truth about Leo energy. What is the truth about a Leo? Okay, so lately the strength card keeps popping up in a lot of readings. So of course this doesn't have to be a Leo. This could be like somebody's actual strengths versus weaknesses. But like the strength card normally is depicted as like the woman kind of like restraining a lion or like taming a lion. So this could be an energy where we're like trying to tame something or like trying to control something where it needs to be left alone. We shouldn't be doing it. But let's see what else the truth is about strength. What's the truth about strength? Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, the Eight of Swords, connectivity. So the strength card in the tarot is the number 8. So that does require the Eight of Swords energy, like keeping the same perspective. It could be like a Leo views something the same way all the time, or there could be somebody that feels trapped. But there's like a trap perspective, or they are directly connected to something else. What is their trap perspective here? What are they stuck dealing with? Or they can only see something one way? Okay, healing. What do they have to fix? What's the issue? Somebody has no choice but to fix something, or they have like a certain perspective on what's healing versus what isn't. What's the issue? They think something needs to be healed. What should it be healed? So the issue here is actually the Leo's mindset, or about like if somebody keeps doing something repetitively, right? Because 8 is the infinity sign. They're doing something repetitively, excuse me, because they have a trap mindset, or they keep viewing every scenario the same, or so this is the thing. Somebody has to open up their mindset, or they have to fix that. What should it be healed into? This is how they think, or Okay, guidance. So somebody's not willing, basically somebody is not willing to listen or learn from other people in this scenario. So of course, at the center of this is defiance. They don't want to listen to somebody. They don't want to take advice. They don't want to learn from other people. What is somebody trying to guide them to do? Okay, you got angel. So Sagittarius is here. If it's not dealing with a Sagittarius, somebody is guiding this person to, like, you know, be more patient, learn how to have more patience. Or I'm also getting like Sagittarius energy is like, let me teach you. Maybe you're telling somebody like, hey, go to a professional for this. And they're like, no, I can do it myself. It's like somebody should be going to a professional or just actually listening, or having patience. So they're not going to, maybe they should have, now if there's a Sagittarius involved, maybe this Sag told a Leo to do a certain thing and they're not listening, just in case that, you know, that energy is here. All right, what role do you play here, Tauruses? Let's see. Let's see, what role do you play here, Tauruses? Okay, so your transition, you may have already come out of that mindset. You're like, I used to think like that too, but... So I feel like you're kind of leaving something behind. What are you transitioning to, Tauruses? Let's see. I'm not ignoring y'all. These are general. We're on Taurus. Yeah, you're about to change. Okay, what were you doing, Tauruses? Maybe you're trying to, like, get this person to listen, or what were you doing before? Okay, superstition. What are you changing this into? You're like, I feel like you're overthinking it, or you're worried about this individual. Oh, okay, humor. Okay, so at first you were worried about something. Now you're just going to laugh it off. You just don't care. What were you... All right, what were you worried about or stressed about before? You're like, yeah, I'm not even going to think about it. Okay, finesse. I feel like you're also worried about whether or not this person's going to get away with something. You could be worried about whether or not a plan is occurring. What are you going to learn to enjoy here with humor? You're just going to laugh it off. You're like, I don't really care. Yeah, personality. I feel like, too, you don't have, this is, excuse me, this is an energy where, like, you don't have to worry about whether or not you trust someone or whether or not somebody's trying to get away with something, because you know them. So this person, this is their mindset. This is how they think. This is how they act. This is what they're going to do. You're like, oh, are they going to do it again? No, you already know that they're going to act like that. What part of personality is... You could also, let's see, what other... Now, like, if they have a tribe mindset about how you act or what you do, you're like, I'm not even going to worry about whether or not I'm being judged or anything like that. I'm just going to be myself. But I feel like you understand who somebody is. You know who they are, how they act. That's how they act. What part of their personality? You're just like, no, that... Okay, emotions. Yeah, finesse. So you may know that when somebody gets emotional, they do certain things or they act kind of tricky. What is their intended outcome here? You don't have to worry about that now. Okay, innovation and luck. So somebody tries to create another opportunity, or they try to manipulate it so that they get another chance, a second chance. They may want something to always go in their favor. What other energy should you be in here, Taurus? These are the hip-hop deck cards as well. Okay, so love. What are you doing out of love here? Yeah, knowledge. Yeah, the center of this was defiance and knowledge. I feel like you already know the scenario. You can already identify the situation. If it's not the same person, you've dealt with this same type of person or this same situation before. All right. Hi, y'all. These are general. If you're joining on TikTok, I'm also up on YouTube, Kick, and WAP. It'll be time-stamped on YouTube. All right, let me get 8 cards here. Yeah, there it is right there, 8 of Swords. It literally, this is the first card out. Oh, hold on, y'all. My timer went off for my chicken and my green beans. Hold on. Sorry, Taurus. 1 second. All right, so sorry, Tauruses. So out the gate, you got the Eight of Swords. All right, let's see what the next card is. Yeah, the Sun, another Leo card. The Sun card is also Leo. Again, the Sun is like ourselves. It's visible. We can see it. We can see, okay, this person thinks like this. This is their mindset. They're always going to think like this. Something is not like hard to understand. And then there's the King of Pentacles. So I feel like somebody is taking the opportunity, right? We talked about luck. We're talking about the Wheel of Fortune. It's like somebody has full control over how something goes. That's what they're going to do. This is their mindset. This is how it works. I got the Hangman, the Justice, Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands, and then there's your Strength card. So there's something that causes this person to act this way because we have the Hangman and the Justice. There could be a scenario also with a Pisces involved. Somebody cannot stop thinking about what a Pisces did or something like that. Let's see. What's the cause here? Because we have Justice. What causes this person to think this way? What is the root of this perspective? Okay, resistance. What are they resisting? Resistance, leadership, yeah, skill. Literally, somebody does not want to listen. They're supposed to be in guidance. They're supposed to be open-minded. They don't want to listen. And that's just it. That's who you're dealing with. That's the type of energy that you're dealing with. What role do you play down here in these 8 cards? So I feel like it's like just let it go. That's always how somebody is going to act. Okay, self-esteem. So because of the way this person acts, I feel like you feel offended by that, or you may feel left out or insecure. They could treat everybody like this, or like they would treat anyone in your position like this, or anybody that looks like you, acts like you, thinks like you. They would treat anybody like this. So you don't need to feel like included or yeah, don't let somebody make you feel insecure. They just don't listen. They're not open to listening. They're not open to learning. If they're being guided to be angel, maybe they're being guided to I'm getting be calm or have more patience or maybe even be understanding. Again, like if you feel singled out, right? Sagittarius energy means foreign. So you're like the only one in this scenario. So maybe they're telling hey, being told to hey, include people that are different than you or whatever, or include this person. It's okay. Don't feel excluded. What else are they doing that might trigger your self-esteem? This is just how they think. This is how they are. I don't think it's going to change. Okay, voice. It could be the way they say something, what they're saying, what they're talking about. What are they saying here? Maybe it's the lack of communication. It could be that as well. They just, innovation, intuition, and power. So they're talking about how they want to manipulate something. This is how they always manipulate it. This is what they do. That's how they act. I don't know. All right, what's the outcome here for you? So it's basically I wouldn't take offense to something. Leo does rule the self. Leo rules our ego. I don't know if y'all know any Leos, but Leos are very that's just how they gonna act. I don't all right, let's see. Okay, Layla, baby, we got to hide you, girl, because you just keep saying the same thing, child. Okay. Gotta hide I don't know if it's a bot or not. I feel like it is. Okay. What's the outcome for you, Tauruses? I wouldn't even worry about it. Yeah, truth. Literally, that you just, what else is the truth here about this person or about this situation? It's nothing, it's nothing else you can do. All right, you got sexuality, excuse me, and inspiration. And mystery. So they could be hiding something, or it could be also a gender thing, how they treat the opposite sex, or something like that. It's nothing you can do. I can say it a million times. I feel like you just gotta let somebody be how they are. All right, Gemini. And then if your advice was love, Taurus, real quick, that is self-love as well. So do not feel like you're excluded or anything like that. You're fine. It's just they just a closed-minded person. They're not, somebody's not going to change anything. All right, so we got Gemini next. Gemini is next. Hi, y'all. These are general. Y'all can do $5 Cash App questions. Gemini's next. We're going in order of the zodiac. Let me give that a better little shuffle here. This is the Hip Hop Oracle deck, by the way. These are 2 decks together, so. All right, so what's the situation for my Geminis? What's going on, Geminis? All right, confidence. So this could be independence. This is like the 9 of Pentacles to me, you know, having all the resources that you need to do something, making sure that you're comfortable within yourself and things like that. All right, what role do you play here, Geminis? Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, P. Thank you. What role do you play here, Geminis? Okay, love. So you're being kind, you're caring, you're empathetic, you're making sure that somebody else, you know, feels good about themselves. You're also, you could be out with a group of people, friends, family, whatever, co-workers. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Geminis? Okay, you got order. So it's time to actually be like logical about something, making sure things are organized. Okay, what do you need to put first here? What do you need to focus on first, Geminis? Interesting perspective. So first, going into a situation, you need to have a good attitude about it or a good perspective towards it. You need to change your perspective first for something to move forward. Let's clarify what we're talking about. All right, perspective on what here? So you need to have a good perspective. I'm also getting to you need to observe something first, maybe learn it. Okay, so this could be a perspective about receiving or spending money, all right, or how to make money, or opportunities around you. Okay. What is your current perspective on like abundance, opportunities? Now, this could be like, maybe you're like, okay, is this the only type of job I can do? Or is this the only place I can live? Is this the only thing I can afford? Maybe there's like a more affordable option that has better, you like amenities or, you know, something like that. There's a better way to either make your money or spend your money. There's other opportunities. This could also be like an opportunity coming to you that you maybe don't trust it, you don't like it. How do you currently view this energy? Emotions. Okay, so you may equate money to emotions here. You may also feel like you care about like how you feel while making money. Maybe this is a situation where you're like, oh, I don't love what I do for work, or like I want to feel like this, that, and the third at work, or you know, something like that. So you're considering like emotions and feelings when it comes to hustle. All right, how will you view this if you kind of change your perspective first? You feel like there's like emotions involved in the money. All right, so change. So if this is a person, if maybe you're used to like this person is emotional, they have like certain emotional outbursts, or maybe you think that this person or this type of energy is going to be emotional, that is changing. So what are they changing this into, or what is the situation changing into? Okay, guidance. All right, no, somebody there. This is also the 3 of Cups. So somebody's not going to be like super emotional. They're not going to have outbursts. They're not going to be upset. They're not going to let their emotions guide them. All right, so they're open to listening and learning. Who else is guiding them here? So that's what you have to realize. Interesting, superstition. So this person or this energy, they're like, let me make sure I look into everything. Let me make sure I pay attention to this, that, and the third. What are they worried about or concerned about? They're actually being very logical too. So I feel like your perspective on money is more logical. So if you think somebody's being led by emotions, like they always talk about like money is emotions and things like that. I feel like you'll get more money or a better opportunity if you're more concerned. And that does not mean that you have to like be worried or anxious or sit up all day worrying about something. It's more like, okay, no, I actually am thinking about this. I'm not going to just like, okay, I'm sad. I'm not going to just go shopping. I'm not going to do like emotional shopping, or I'm not going to just say, okay, I'm going to go get on a plane today because I'm sad. No, like somebody's actually like, okay, let me actually look into this. Let me look into this opportunity. And I feel like that's what leads to other opportunities. Let's see, what else do they not trust? Because that's kind of what's leading this energy to have a better opportunity here. What do they not trust, or what are they concerned about? Let's see. Okay, you got self-love. That could have been the Aries energy, and then ambition. All right. So with self-love and ambition, they're like, look, I gotta make money, or I gotta work. So that's what's going on. That's what they're considering. All right, so you have to change your perspective on this first. Oops. Thank you for the roses, Minnie. Thank you. If y'all just now joining, it's general. We're doing general. We're on Gemini. All right, let me get 8 cards. This will also be time-stamped on my YouTube. Get 8 cards here. Okay, yeah, self-love. There's the King of Cups. All right, so somebody's able to manage their emotions. They've managed that. 3 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Cups. Excuse me. The 6 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles. So it looks like somebody originally tried to fit in here. Somebody's like learning the difference between trying to fit in and actually trying to learn something. Somebody just, they're focused on making the money now. It looks like this may not have worked. I'm also getting too, it's not that big of a deal. You have the 3 of Swords, so you're missing, that's what you're missing. You're missing the part of the information where this person is generating income, or this opportunity is here because they want to work. That's kind of what you can't see, because you're the perspective part, or you need to see more about this. What other role do you play down here in these 8 cards? So your innovation, what are you able to create here? So you have all the tools to create something, if you're wondering. Okay, healing. So what's the issue? What's wrong? You're able to fix something? Yeah, emotions. So if this is you, you're able to get over something. You don't, or maybe you're influencing somebody to get over their emotional part and like really focus on their career, or, but if this is within yourself, you're able to get over something and kind of focus. So that's why perspective is here. You can't, your emotions need to be put out the door. What could be triggering your emotions here? Or what was triggering your emotions? Okay, humor. You have humor and then resilience. Maybe you're like, oh, it's difficult for me to be happy. Or I feel like too, you're happier when you're doing something alone, or you're happier when you're struggling. Okay, what are you going to be able to heal this into? Yeah, hustle. Yeah, you're going to be able to make, if you're wondering if you're going to be able to get an opportunity, if you're innovation, you have all the tools you need to get this. Your plan is working. You're going to be able to make money. You're going to be able to get that opportunity. All right, you're going to be able to, there's nothing you need to do other than that. All right, if you're wondering, the core issue is your perspective. If you're going into something already on an emotional standpoint, like say you're like, oh, I don't want to work that job because it'll make me sad or something. Or like you're trying to make sure you're having fun all the time or laughing all the time. Take your emotions out of this. Yeah, you're going to be, I'm also going to say this. I did not pull like a major arcana. So there is nothing outside of you that has effects over your abundance or getting an opportunity or making money. Okay, there's nothing outside of you that's stronger than you. Okay. All right, to the troll on Kick that's asking to see my feet, I'm not going to show you my feet for free. All right. Please. Please, trolls. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, so that was Gemini. Thank you, Minnie. Cancers. Happy birthdays for the Cancers. You said charge for the pick. Listen, let me tell you something. Men don't get nothing for free out of me. All right, I put my time in already. I did the love years already. My time is up. My sentence is up on that. I'm not going back to the love trenches. All right, Cancers. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, or am I? All right, Cancers. Happy birthday to the Cancers out there. My little Cancer boo's birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to the Cancers. All right, what's the scenario for my Cancers? What's the energy surrounding the Cancers? Thank you, Keith, for the rose. I appreciate you. Okay, voice. We're either talking or not talking. When I get this card, it's like a polarity. So we're either speaking up or we're not talking or not saying anything. But what's being discussed here? Let's see. Thank you for the follow. What is being discussed here? What's being discussed? Okay, Angel, we're talking about a Sagittarius. Oh, okay, you and a Sagittarius Cancer. Y'all are being discussed. All right, or you could be having a conversation with a Sagittarius. If you don't know a Sagittarius, you could be teaching, talking about this. All right, what about you? Looks like you and a Sag, but what about you? Okay, knowledge. Okay. So they're talking about how how knowledgeable you are, how smart you are. Okay. Okay. What do you know here? What do y'all know? Or Defiance. Okay, Defiance came out in the Taurus reading, and it was about a Leo. So we're talking about we already know that there's jealousy, hatred, envy, or we already know that somebody's going to be disrespectful. We already know that. Okay, what other role do you play here, Cancer? Okay, ambition. So you could be repeating something, or you're focused on your work. All right, you really desire something, so you're working towards it. You're being professional. All right, what other energy should you be in here? What other energy should you be in here? If you're wondering if you're wasting your time, probably. If you got to ask, you probably are, to be honest. All right, so you should be in resistance, Cancer. What do you need to resist here? Oh, okay, change. Yeah, don't change anything. Okay, so you're doing something repetitively. It's working for you, or you're focused on your career, something that you're building up. Do not change what you're doing. What does somebody want you to change into? What does somebody want you to change into here? Oh, love. Oh. Somebody, if you're focused on your career, somebody's like, well, do this out of love for me. Or if you just have, like, say you have like a good routine. Because the ambition, to me, the Eight of Pentacles, again, that's another 8. So it's something that's repetitive that you could be building up, working on. Somebody's like, no, change this. Okay, no, keep something professional. If you're at work, this needs to be a professional setting. I wouldn't make friends in this type of setting. What would you be doing out of love? Let's see. What would you be doing out of love here? Superstition and self-love. Yeah, you would be thinking like, oh, is there something wrong with me? Or you would be worried like, oh, am I being selfish? So you are not being selfish. You're not being selfish here. Continue to be professional. Said no friends at your job. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Let me get 8 cards. I don't think I talked to anybody that I used to work with at all. Nobody I used to go to lunch with, nothing. All right, let's get 8 cards here for the Cancers. Okay, you got the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the Page of Swords, the 7 of Swords. Literally, I feel like somebody's like waiting and observing to see if you're left out on purpose, or maybe somebody wants you to be left out on purpose. You have the Fool. There's a High Priestess, the Moon. So this could be you. The Moon is Cancer as well. Sometimes I get it as a Chariot, but this could be you kind of following your intuition. The intuition is already there. Yeah, resist. Do not change something. Literally, this is very clear. So who wants you to change here? Change could also be Scorpio energy, and I just said that because the Death card is on the bottom here. So if you know a Scorpio, I'll resist that person. But I feel like somebody wants you to change what you're doing for a living, or there's superstition again. Who wants you to do this? Who is this? Okay, finesse. They may want you to change because something didn't work for them. Somebody, it looks like they're sneaking and like spying on something. What are they, like, what is their intentions? What is their intended outcome with you changing? Like, why does that matter? Okay, order. Maybe they want you to put other people first. They want you to put them first. All right, your reading is very clear. The readings are going like that today. So this is pretty clear. I'm not going to overthink it. Keep doing what you're doing. Do not change for somebody else here. What's the outcome here for you? Yeah, potential. Something's growing. Something is building. Yeah, intuition again. So we're not going to... Yeah, humor, ambition. So self-esteem, maybe you do something different for work, or somebody's going to try to make you feel insecure or weird or like different because of what you're doing for work, or what you've been building on or working on. Who cares? All right. I don't know who that is. That's weird. We'll leave it there. That was easy. All right, Leo is up next. Oh, let's see. Leo is up next. Let me see something real quick. Okay. All right. Leos, if you're watching on TikTok, this is going to be time stamped. All right, what's the energy for the Leos? Personal questions, y'all can do the $5 cash apps. What's the scenario for the Leos here? Okay, transition. So Taurus, their reading kind of was centered around you if you do know a Taurus. All right, so if you know them, their energy, they were transitioning. They were kind of moving on from a certain mindset, letting it go. They stopped worrying about it. They're not concerned about it anymore. But your scenario here is transition. This could be about physically getting up and relocating, moving. If it's not that, it could be something in your mindset. All right, so let's see. So what's the starting point here? And then we're going to see what we're transitioning to. What's the starting point? Okay, emotions and transitioning to what? Yeah, so letting our emotions get the best of us or being triggered. Ooh, defiance. Okay, so what was triggering emotions here? Somebody's like, I'm not going to get triggered by that anymore. Oh, the whole transition in general? Somebody may go against you, Taurus, or I'm sorry, Leo. Triggering emotions was transition. It's like we're mad that somebody's moving on or something is changing. We're going from one step. Yes. All right, so we're mad that somebody's moving on to the next thing or moving on. What role do you play here, Leo? Okay, luck. You're the wheel of fortune. You have an opportunity here, or you're in a certain scenario that you can't really change. So what is your luck here, Leos? Okay, skill. I don't know if you're dealing with a Libra, but I mentioned you came out with a Libra in that Taurus reading, but there's like cause and effect here. Either you have no choice but to deal with the Libra, or this is the cause and effect of something. What was the cause here? It's like somebody wants to be envious or something, or angry. The cause is confidence. And what's the effect? Somebody's independent. Mood. So somebody's emotional. I feel like somebody goes from being sad to like angry or hateful. This is odd. Let's see, because the transition is what causes the emotional part. That's what causes like the sadness. Where did somebody go? What did they go do? Somebody's mad that somebody left. Okay, potential to grow into what? So somebody can see their full potential, or they're doing something where they're not sitting in their emotions, they're looking at their resources or something like that. So potential to do what? Self-love. So somebody is doing something on their own, or making sure that they are comfortable. Yeah, out of self-love, somebody's like, okay, I need to be concerned whether or not I'm being overindulgent, and that causes somebody else to be sad. What other energy should you be in here, Leo? Okay, hustle. It's time to focus on your abundance, or ambition. Okay, so the Cancer is working. If you're dealing with a Cancer, this is their job. Okay, either you got to pay a Cancer, or the Cancer needs to pay you. But basically, it's time for you to focus on like a career path. That Cancer is focused on their career. Hi, y'all. I see the questions, y'all. It's general. Y'all can do the $5 Cash App questions. All right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. You might want to watch the Taurus reading, Leos, because in that reading, you kind of came out as somebody who you're going to keep your same mindset. You're not going to change the way that you think about something, and you might need to hear that message. All right, so the High Priestess, there's the intuition. So the truth about intuition, there's the 3 of Cups. So if there's another individual here, they're being guided by their intuition, period. They know to do that. There's the 9 of Cups. We got the Moon, the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, and then the Hierophant. All right, okay, so basically something is backwards. So if you're focused on emotions first, right? The Moon, Cancer energy is emotions. Then you make your decision with the Lovers. It's like then you're inspired to put like certain rules, regulations in place. It's kind of backwards. You need the rules, the regulations, and the standards in place first. What is intuition telling us to do here? What is intuition telling us to do? Okay, finesse. So first of all, the intuition is either telling us to have a backup plan. We know that a certain plan is not going to work, or we know that somebody is being like sneaky. Yeah, okay, so somebody's like, okay, I'm going to resist experimenting here. I'm going to focus with determination, resistance, and fluidity. So they're like, no, I'm just going to focus on this one thing that I've learned. I don't need to study the ebbs and flows. Where are you at in these 8 cards, Leo? Okay, yeah, healing. What are you trying to fix? What was the issue? What's wrong before? what you were focused on. What were you were determined, or you were focused on the wrong thing, or you could have also had like a lack of focus, because there's a lot of energy about working here. We got ambition, confidence, and hustle. What were you were focused on the wrong things. What were you focused on before? You're very determined to have it. You're focused on a Sagittarius. So you were focused on a Sagittarius. Versatility and passion. Either you're like attracted to a Sagittarius, or you want to, or you're determined to have that Sagittarius. What are you supposed to be focused on here? I'm going to get clarity on that. What are you supposed to be focused on here for yourself? Okay, yeah, power and pride. Okay. Yeah, pride, change, and guidance. It's like you're not... Okay, let's see. So I feel like now you're in the effects of focusing on another individual, focusing on a Sagittarius. If you don't know a Sagittarius, it's like you were determined to have this person, or you're like focused on either like teaching or something. Let me see. What were you focused on before with the angel card? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. It's like you're focused. I don't even know if it's a Sag, but you keep looking. It's almost like you're going to look at something and realize you kind of, yeah, literally the Temperance and the Empress. Are you focused on getting like a Sagittarius? It's like you want a Sagittarius to get pregnant, or like say you know a Sag. You're focused on the type of mother that they are, or the type of woman that they are. Or if you're a man watching this, you're like trying to get her pregnant, or you're trying to date her, marry her. If you're a woman watching this, maybe... Okay, let's see. What is the outcome that you were trying to get by focusing on this energy or on this person? What's the outcome that you were expecting or that you wanted? Because you're not focusing on yourself. Okay, you want dominance. Either you're like determined to have somebody, or maybe they said something. You're like, I'm determined to prove them wrong. Or what are you trying to dominate or control, Leos? Resistance and sexuality. If this is okay, there's a couple ways this could go. If this is like a Leo trying to date a Sagittarius or something like that, it's like, no, why are you resisting having sex with me? Or why are you resisting this decision? You're trying to focus on them because you're trying to control something else. Like you're looking outside of yourself to control a scenario, and that's not the best route for you. What is the Temperance doing? What are they doing? Or what is Angel doing? Okay, potential and self-love. So it looks like they're focused on themselves, peace. I don't even know if somebody notices this. Whatever this, like if you're focused on a person outside of you dating, maybe you're focused on your child. Maybe you want to control your child's decisions. Maybe you want to control a friend's decisions. They don't even notice this. Yeah, they're not. There's distraction. They're not distraction. I don't even know if they're paying attention. Okay. So what should you be focused on instead here, Leos? This is what, I mean, you're healing this. You're going to learn this. You're so focused on that Sag. You know what else too? Like maybe you're dating somebody and they used to date a Sag, or... okay. What should you be focused on? Got the Two of Cups and the Magician and then the World. So, like, if this is a relationship, partnership, whatever this dynamic is, ooh, damn. I was stuttering. That dynamic is over. They're not there anymore. Yeah, somebody's going the complete opposite way too, because you have the Page of Wands and the Star card. So that's Aquarius. Aquarius is opposite of you. I'm not pulling the sun, the strength. Those are your energies. You need to watch the Taurus reading for sure. Because you came out very strong. Like, even if you don't know a Taurus, you need to, like, I don't even... Okay, what other energy should you be in, Leos? Yeah, you got power. What is your own personal power here? I feel like you're giving your power away. Yeah, you're in the Eight of Swords. There's intuition. All right, what's the outcome for you? Resistance and voice. You might not want to hear this reading. I feel like you're too, dominance and luck. You're like, no, I want to be in control. But I feel like you're in this position because you are focused on someone else trying to control them or trying to control their decisions. And they don't even notice that, or they're not really paying attention to that. Or this could also be like, say this person gave you advice, maybe, resistance and voice. What does somebody's intuition like kind of advise you to do? It's like you're in this position because you don't want to listen or something like that. Yeah, you got style, resilience, peace, and change. Let's see. What did somebody advise you to do here, Leos? Like, you weren't supposed to like be focusing on this person. Maybe you feel like it was a waste of time. And yeah, you've already learned something. You got the Two of Swords, a Hermit. There's the Eight of Cups and then the Fool. It's like you keep coming back, or you keep kind of making the same mistake. Eight of Swords, Death card, Five of Cups. Because the interesting thing is now the Temperance isn't coming back out. It's like either they gave you advice, they told you to do something and you don't want to listen, or you want to date them. It's like you're trying to control what that person is doing so much so that you're focused so much on them. You're not focused on the things that's going on around you, all right? So that's your reading. I do recommend you watch the Taurus one. All right, Virgo is up next. If you're watching me on TikTok, this is going to be up on YouTube. These are general readings, guys. If you want personal questions, you can do the $5 Cash Apps. It's the same name. Virgos, shout outs to the Virgos. Let's see what's going on. What's the scenario for my Virgos? What's the scenario for the Virgos? All right, guidance, Three of Cups energy. So guidance, listening, taking energy in, listening to the people around you. This could be somebody else though. What role do you play here, Virgos? Okay, resistance. All right, what are you resisting? Excuse me. What are you resisting here? Okay, mystery. You're like, no, I don't want to hide that. You're resisting some sort of secret. Now, yesterday we did talk about, your reading yesterday said that you were in mystery and you should have been personality. Like maybe you were hiding a part of yourself. You're like, no, I don't want to hide that. You got mystery and knowledge. So I'm also getting too, maybe you don't want to know something. If there's like a secret, you're like, no, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to find out any more information or something like that. What other energy should you be in here, Virgos? Okay, voice. Maybe you need to ask questions and speak up. What do you need to talk about, ask about? What do you need to discuss? Okay, truth. I'm getting you need to tell the truth. Okay, truth about what? Tell the truth. Be honest with yourself. All right, tell the truth about what here? confidence, the 9 of Pentacles. That's about like how, maybe you need to see the truth about how much money you have. You're doing well for yourself. You're independent. Confidence, healing, emotions, and hustle. All right, so I feel like you're learning how to heal your emotions at work and stay professional. This could also be maybe like emotional spending. Let's clarify real quick. Let's get 8 cards here. Okay, so you got the Fool card, the Devil card, the Hermit. Okay, literally you are watching a Capricorn. That's, if you know a Capricorn, I feel like you're watching a Capricorn or an Aquarius. Okay, the 8 of Cups. Yeah, so okay, so you watched something, you paid attention to it, you went through a scenario where you didn't know, and now you turn into the Hermit, right? You got the Fool, they're like young or whatever, they don't know anything, or if you're dealing with another individual, this person is younger, they don't know something that you do. You got the information, you're walking away, so you're not confused. Here's the 5 of Wands, there's like a distraction. The 9 of Wands, a Judgment, and then the King of Pentacles. There's judgment. That's what needs to be discussed. Let's clarify it, chat. Thank you for the rose. What are you doing in the Hermit? What are you observing? Okay, mood. What is the Fool real quick? And then we'll see what the Devil card is. Defiance. What's the Devil card? You got mood and defiance. What's going on? What is the Devil card? Okay, connectivity. Yes. Yeah, okay, so defiance is directly connected to what? Somebody not listening or not paying attention or just kind of leaping. What is that directly connected to? I feel like, too, there's like a mental trap with the Devil card. Yeah, rebellion. So somebody wants to defy somebody or go against the grain, and that's why they're rebellious. This is what you're observing or watching. All right, what is the rule that somebody is supposed to follow? What were they maybe supposed to do here? What? This, okay, defiance, spirituality, order, skill, define, and then spirituality. It's almost like somebody's going against some sort of spiritual belief, and that is what causes them then to become more spiritual. Oh, I feel like somebody, okay, this could be like how people don't like spirituality. Now somebody is and they feel left out. Something causes somebody who's spiritual or their spiritual beliefs to make them feel left out, insecure. The 9 of Wands is here. So somebody feels left out or singled out because of what they believe in, because that belief system is automatically like hated. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever somebody's belief system is, that belief system is automatically like hated against. It could be literally anything. Like if you say, okay, I'm not going to date for free, you're automatically going to be called a gold digger. You're automatically going to be singled out. Or if you're a woman, you say, I don't want any children, I don't believe in having children, you're going to be singled out. Or, you know, it's something like that. So I feel like that's what's going on here. So you watched it happen. What is the Judgment? I feel like you observe this or you want to speak on it, or maybe this happened to you. Okay, intuition. So somebody's making an intuitive decision here. What is their intuition telling them to do? This could be the spiritual person. The Strength card. Okay, courage and inspiration. Literally the courage to do the opposite of what you've always been doing, whether this is within yourself or not. Okay, so Leo and Aquarius is opposite energy. So if there's something that's been being repetitively done and you know it doesn't work, or you know that's from like a trap mindset, this is the courage to go do something different. If these are people, there's like a Leo dealing with an Aquarius. So somebody's also been warned, like, okay, don't always focus on having fun. It's time to focus on work, determination, and ambition. So that could be what's going on as well. All right, so I guess you're going to speak out about this, or you're bringing this topic up, or this could be discussed around you. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Virgos? And then we're going to see what the outcome is. Okay, you got the strength again, vision, and self-love. So these are all tied together. I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo or not, but like the Leo reading, their reading was about them being very focused on somebody else. And they're going to see that they're concerned about themselves. That person is not equally concerned. Also, somebody's going to realize, okay, if I put myself first, that changes the way that I envision things. That changes, like if I love myself for who I am, that changes my perspective on my own beliefs or on my own patterns. That's what changes a perspective here. I feel like, too, something changes a woman's perspective. Self-love changes the versatility. It could change whether or not somebody wants children or whether or not somebody wants to get married or the type of woman that somebody wants to be. What is the outcome here for you, Virgos? These are general, y'all. These are general by sign. Hi, I see you on Kick. I'm reading it. I'm on a lot of platforms, y'all. What's the outcome here? Yeah, okay, voice. So it might be difficult for you to talk about something with voice resilience and order. Yeah, something looks like it's supposed to create a distraction, and then that causes somebody to feel insecure. So I feel like there's a scenario where, like, okay, we're going to say something about you being different, or like that's the whole point. The whole point of something is designed, like the reason we're saying it is to make somebody feel insecure, make somebody feel singled out, things like that. That's what's going on. That's the root of the issue. All right, Virgo, we are on, if y'all are watching me, we're on a lot of platforms, so I'm not ignoring nobody. I'm on YouTube, Kick, TikTok, and WAP. If anybody has personal tarot questions, you can do the $5 Cash App questions, the same username on all platforms. Let me write down my little note. We're going in order the zodiac. Okay, Libra. We got any Libras here? Hold on, I might have to switch the phones. Let's charge this phone real quick. We gotta switch. We gotta switch it up. Okay, there we go. Gotta switch it up. Make sure y'all can hear me and see me. Ooh, my nose is itching. All right, Libras. Let's see. What's the situation for the Libras? Situation for the Libras. Yes, I stream every day, Abigail. All right, so luck. This was Leo. Leo was in the luck position. You could be dealing with a Leo. So this is like another chance of the Wheel of Fortune, having a new opportunity that's coming to you. All right, what's your energy here? What's your role, Libra? Okay, self-love. All right, so you're focused on yourself. What other energy should you be in, Libras? Okay, you need resistance as well. What are you supposed to resist here? Okay, change. Don't change anything. You love yourself. You're doing something out of self-love. Do not change. This is same as Cancer. Cancer was supposed to change too. So you and a Cancer may be in the same position. What are you doing out of self-love? And then we'll see what somebody wants you to change about yourself. You're already resisting. What does somebody want you to change into? Or what do they want you to start doing? I don't know if they want you to... Okay, finesse. Somebody wants you to, like, pretend. Somebody either wants you to like copy someone else or pretend to be something that you're not. What does somebody want you to copy here? Thank you, Abigail. I appreciate that. Somebody wants you literally to copy somebody else, how somebody else dresses, looks, acts. You got intuition, angel, and power. If somebody wants you to like copy another person, why? Okay, let's get 8 cards. I don't know. Now maybe they want you to dress a certain way, act a certain way. Wouldn't do it. All right, let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Or maybe they want you to feel, I don't know, they want you to copy somebody. All right, so we got the Hierophant, the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Swords. So we just talked about this Taurus being with this Leo. They're trapped in a mindset, but there's like a rule and a regulation here about relationships, or somebody's like, when you come around these people, so somebody may want you to fit into the group like code switching or, all right, the World. Okay, the 7 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, the Page of Swords, the Death card. You're supposed to observe, why don't I get that? And you're supposed to copy what somebody else did because they received an opportunity. What is the rule here? What's being stated with the Hierophant? Resilience, something. What's difficult? What is supposed to be difficult? You're supposed to handle something alone. What's supposed to be difficult here? Yeah, rebellion. You're being told that you're going to get like a hard time if you do something out of the box. But you do have the World card, so that is ending. What is the new cycle here? What's the new cycle? Okay, voice, spirituality, and skill. All right, maybe that's a part of yourself. So the new cycle, there's something spiritual that you're talking about, thinking about, spiritual conversations that you're thinking about for yourself. That's your new cycle. So you could be, this could be like a new spiritual journey for you, a new belief system. The Hierophant can also be like religion. You may go from like an actual religion to something more open-minded, more spiritual. Just make sure that you don't, because it can very well happen where you end up in the same, like, don't become so spiritual that you start to be strict on yourself again. All right, so just make sure you don't do that. Like, don't go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I don't need, what's the point in you copying somebody else? What would be the result of you copying somebody? It's like somebody wants you to look like somebody else, act like somebody else. You'd end up stuck. The 8 of Swords. Okay, they may make you try to feel like this is the only way to get this job. This is the only way to get something to work here. What's the outcome for you, Libras? These readings are very clear today. What's the outcome for the Libras? Yeah, fight, love, focus. So maybe there could be something spiritual that you want to focus on. That's your new cycle, is voice, spirituality, and skill is you, Libra. And maybe somebody's like, no, I don't believe in that. Don't focus on that. Don't do that. But I feel like that's what makes you feel comfortable, or that's you. The cards that you have out here is the Hierophant and Death card. That's Taurus and Scorpio. So Taurus is like our own, because remember, you came out as self-love. So Taurus is like our own standards, our own resources. It's ourselves. It could be a Taurus involved. Scorpio would be like merging together. Now I'm going to merge and like copy you or be like you, or literally somebody wants you. That is what somebody wants you to do. Do not change. Don't change what you're doing. Also, if you're on a, like, maybe you're building something up and you're on a good path, because I remember that's what Cancer's was. You don't need to change anything. Don't switch it up. But this looks like more like somebody wants you to change like who you are. I'm also getting too, if somebody wants you to be like finesse, maybe you have a certain moral code. You're like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to be like, I don't need to steal, or, you know, you don't need to do something sneaky or something like that. Those are your belief systems. You don't have to do that. Looks like you're fine where you are. All right, let me write my little note for Libra. All right, Scorpios are up next. If y'all watch me on TikTok, this is going to be time stamped up on my YouTube. I am going in order. If you're watching on Kick, I do believe they're saved on Kick, but they are time stamped on YouTube. All right. If you want personal questions, you do the $5 Cash App questions. Same name on all platforms. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong phone. Let me get the time stamp for Scorpios. All right, Scorpios. Excuse me. Jeff, to answer that question, you need to think about what outcome you're trying to get for your life and what path is going to take you there. All right, let's see. What is the scenario here? Scenario for the Scorpios. Okay, courage. All right, so that's the center of the reading. We have courage to do what here? Courage to do what? Okay, the courage to change. Now, Scorpios, y'all rule change. All right, so not afraid of change, or maybe somebody's not afraid of you. You rule change and things like that. All right, so let's see. What role do you play here, Scorpios? What role do you play here, Scorpios? Okay, skills. So we're in a Libra energy. You could be dealing with a Libra or have a Libra placement, but there's a cause and effect. Literally cause and effect, or you have a certain skill set. All right, you're skilled. You have a certain skill set here. You're good at what you're doing. What is your skill set? And I'm going to see what cause and effect is. I like to get all the energy. So what's your skill set here, Scorpios? Okay, defiance. What's the cause here? Okay, perspective. So a certain perspective is why you're doing something or how you're acting with defiance. A perspective on what? You said Hellcat is your dream car. You know what? Right now I'm blessed to have a paid off vehicle. So that's my dream car because I don't got no car note. Shout out to my mother for helping me with that. I don't have no issue. That's my dream car. All right, your perspective on what, Scorpios? Perspective on what? Okay, women, motherhood. This is the Empress. All right, so perspective on, it could be beauty, maybe what you find beautiful. But I'm getting like your perspective on women or motherhood or a specific woman in general. All right, so this is how, okay, so how do you view this woman or mothers or wives? How do you view this energy? Okay, you got voice. It says voice, rebellion, and love. So basically, whatever somebody says, you're going to take their word for it. Whatever this woman says, I'm going to take their word for it. Now, maybe they're not talking. So what is your perspective of what this person is saying, or what's your perspective of this person? Okay, superstition. Okay, so you feel like this person does not trust you, or they're lying or something like that. What don't they trust? Now is the baby dad coming back. Don't worry about that. Don't even, go on, move on. Don't even, No. What is this person worried about? What don't they trust? Yeah, sexuality. This woman does not, something that this woman is saying, they don't trust having sex, or they don't trust the opposite sex. They could not trust a Gemini possibly, but yeah, they don't. So I'm also getting somebody may not trust having sex with a Sagittarius, or this woman that you're with, they don't trust that you're not going to have sex with a Sagittarius, or they don't trust that, like, if I have sex, it'll mess up my opportunity or something like that. Is what they're saying. What did this woman say, or what did this person say? Okay, connectivity. This is, you're like going off of literally your perspective of what this woman said. They don't trust the opposite sex. They don't trust having sex. Okay, so what did that cause you to do? Okay, potential, pride. You got personality. So you end up, it's like literally you are the effect of your own perspective. All right, you are the effect of what somebody has taught you, said to you, either it's your mother or a woman. All right. What other energy should you be in then, Scorpios? Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. What other energy should you be in, Scorpios? So you should be in love or be loving or generous. Maybe you should surround yourself with people in this moment. Because love can be about like your kids, family members, friends, co-workers. This is about like kind of surrounding yourself here. Okay, what would you do out of love here? And I'm going to get some cards. You would focus on controlling your distractions. Yeah, perspective. I feel like you need to understand where somebody's coming from. All right, because it's literally like the perspective that you have is what's causing you to act a certain way. You said get some stuff from my channel. Yeah, I know everybody likes all the setups and all the backgrounds and all that stuff. I'll get there. I have other things right now too, so that's a good idea. Thank you, Abigail. I appreciate that. All right, let me get 8 cards here. Shout out to the kick folks. You says what somebody did to you. They started it. Hey, I don't know. I don't know your life. All right, got the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups. All right, the King of Cups. Oh, King of Pentacles, sorry. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, the Hangman. It's a perspective. The 10 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Cups. Was there ever a conversation? Yes. Did you? This feels like. How do I want to explain this? This is kind of coming off like, is this word? Is this hearsay? Did somebody actually tell you this from themselves? Okay, let's see. Who said this? And I'm going to see what we're going to see what the other perspective is. Got the 9 of Pentacles. And who did they say this about? Or what are they saying this about? Me. Psych, I'm just playing. Nah, but no bullshit. All right, so somebody said something about somebody else. It's a person is saying something about another woman. So you have a perspective of that woman. Okay. How should you view the scenario? Because the way this, okay, so this is what you got. You got the 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. The Hangman is the action. Literally, you are acting or taking action off of a certain perspective that you have. Did you experience it? Did you get information on it? Did you talk to the person? And you have the 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, the 4 of Cups. If there was communication, I don't think somebody heard it. Like the way, if there's supposed to be like communication, maybe you're like, I didn't hear from them. I didn't talk to them. Let's clarify. Oh, you said logo banner and emotes. Oh, I don't know nothing about all that. I'm new to Kick, so I'll be on YouTube and stuff. I'll look it up, though. I appreciate that. I have no idea what to do. Oh, I see graphics. Maybe it's the graphics part. All right, so the High Priestess is intuition. What does somebody's intuition know to do here? because that's something intuitive. Yeah, angel, Sagittarius, knowledge. So they're teaching, okay, somebody could be teaching their child, teaching a Cancer, that whatever a Sagittarius knew to do, they knew they were supposed to do that because it's intuition. Maybe you need to surround yourself with people with love here. Yeah, what I mean, yeah, how do you view the I mean, who's the I don't know who told you. I don't know what the point is, but how do you view the scenario? And then cuz it's like you don't trust, do you think they don't trust you or something like that? Yeah, you got resistance. All right, what is the outcome for you, Scorpios? I feel like the main thing, maybe you need to go to the source, or maybe you're not understanding what somebody said or something like that. What's the outcome here for you? Let's see. Okay, you got respect, knowledge, humor, vision, and resilience. Could be dealing with a Taurus. Oh, the hangman can also be a Pisces. Maybe a Pisces told you something. I don't know. All right, what's the outcome here for you, Scorpios? Yeah, the magician. That's what I figured. I felt like something. Yeah, somebody manipulated you. Ooh. Literally you. Somebody, you're only doing something because of what somebody told you or taught you. Okay, I was going to end it, but now I'm like, wait, what are you getting? I don't want to end it like that. Hold on. Now we got, wait, what? Somebody completely manipulated like your perspective, because it's your perspective on women, mothers, wives. So that's what you're acting like that because of a perspective. What would you have done before? And then we're going to see what they got you into. Okay, you got emotions. Excuse me. And what are you manipulated into doing? Power. So this could be a scenario where you don't consider, because your advice was love. So maybe you don't consider other people's emotions. And you're just, maybe you're saying something mean. Maybe you're just, it's the way that you're doing it. Who manipulated you? It's like they manipulated you by saying something or saying something about another person. I don't know where it came from. All right, it's peace, healing, and resilience. Yeah, that's odd. That's an interesting reading. What was your energy in these first 8 cards? What role did you play here? All right, passion. You could have just been attracted to somebody. What did you desire here? That's what I was saying. The action is here. It's almost like what you heard or the information that you got, that determines your actions, literally. What did you actually desire? Transition in order. So I feel like you wanted to, with transition, it's like you actually wanted to move, or yeah, what was your starting point? Or you wanted to go somewhere, leave something behind? What was your starting point? Now, if you're a woman watching this, like the perspective that you have on motherhood, maybe you're like, I can't pick up and move. I can't switch jobs yet. I can't do this. I don't know. It could be like a person. Now, this could also be like a woman having a perspective of other women. Like, women judge each other all the time. That's why I don't fall for that fake, like, girls shit that be going on the internet. Y'all not really girls. Y'all judge women all the time. So maybe you're judging like a wife, or you're judging a single mom, or you're judging somebody because they didn't have children. Like, whatever this is, it's like you would have did something different yourself. So you wanted, there's transition. That's what you wanted to do. What was the starting point here? The center of the reading is courage and change. So I feel like if you're wondering, somebody's not afraid of you. You rule change, or maybe you think somebody's nervous about you or scared of you or something like that. What's the starting point here? Yeah, voice. And then you wanted to transition to what? So it's like you didn't even want to listen to this. Yeah, truth. You need to see the truth about what's being discussed. Or like what you overheard, or like you're like, maybe you wanted to get somebody else's point of view. Okay. That's an interesting reading. Sagittarius is next. Let me timestamp it. Tomorrow we'll go backwards. Well, they comment on my video about that song. They mad. They mad I said that. All right, let's see. I like making people mad. All right, Sagittarius. I be wondering, like, I should do like a faceless rage bait page because it's so easy to rage bait people. All right, let's see. These are general, y'all. We can do $5 Cash App questions if y'all have questions. Get some lip gloss real quick. They do. They get mad. Every time I post a video on TikTok, somebody mad. They be mad at every day. I don't know how that shifted. I don't know. I feel like the internet got real, like, way worse. Yes, you can share your Discord. I feel like people got really miserable on the internet, like, in the past year. All right, what's the energy surrounding... What are we on? Oh, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. We're going to go backwards tomorrow, just FYI for my late signs. If you're just now joining, we are up on YouTube. It is going to be timestamped when I'm done. All right, what's the situation for the Sagittariuses? Let's see. Situation for the Sagittariuses. Okay, connectivity. So this came out as Leo, and we were talking about Leo being focused on you. You may not know a Leo, but so the issue is connectivity. This could be a trapped mindset. So make sure if this is you guys, and we're going to clarify, of course, but if this is y'all, make sure you know you're going to be as open-minded as possible. That's easier said than done, okay? Even for me. So make sure that you're open-minded, but we're going to see what this is. Also, there could be two things that are connected to one another. Oops. Okay, cool, Abigail. I got you. Okay, so we got ambition there. That flew out. That was Cancer. What role do you play here, Sag? Hello, welcome. What role do you play here, Sagittarius? Okay, resistance. What are you resisting? It's expired. Okay, vision. Okay, so there's a mindset or the way that you see something you don't want to see, or you don't want to. Okay, let's clarify. What are you resisting looking at or seeing? What are you resisting looking at or seeing? I gotta figure out Discord too. Some of this stuff I don't know how to use, y'all. I'm a millennial. I'm 35, so all the Kick, Twitch, Discord, I gotta figure it out. All right, what are you resisting seeing or looking at or observing? Strength. Okay, maybe you're picking up on like Leo elements. Hold on, okay, because you came out in the Leo reading. It was like the Leo was focused on you. So maybe you have like a Leo placement, or maybe you're not seeing how you're similar to a Leo or something like that. Or you literally don't want to see a Leo. Okay, so the strength, hustle, healing, and voice. You're like, no, I don't want to observe that Leo. I don't want to see what that Leo is talking about. I don't want to agree with that Leo, or because they came out like this. They came out in this mindset. They're not changing their mindset, or let's see. So what energy should you be in here, Sagittarius? Okay, thank you. I got you. I'm going to add it. I'll figure all that out. I'm going to get all my stuff together in my platforms. All right, what energy should you be in here, Sagittarius? Peace. Okay, no, you shouldn't. So when you get peace, you shouldn't look at something. The peace card and the Four of Swords, they're asleep. So it's like they're not looking, they're not paying attention to something, they're not listening to it. Okay, maybe you want to see, maybe you want to see a Leo or something. Okay, what should you be at peace with? Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. What should you be at peace with here? Truth. You rule truth. Maybe you're having, maybe, you know, they always say Sagittarius are blunt. Be okay knowing the truth. Okay, the truth about what? Be okay knowing the truth. You're okay. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, you got pride, vision, finesse, and ambition. So Cancer was ambition, right? They were supposed to continue working. Okay, so basically the truth is pride, period. That is the truth, or wanting to show off or wanting to be included. What is connectivity? What is the mindset? Because I feel like that's the Leo here. What is their trap perspective? Okay, about respect. Yeah, the Taurus and the Leo. That was literally, so your reading is tied to the Taurus Leo energy. If we're talking about, we take those energies out. Respect is just like our own rules, regulations. And then the strength card would be like, no, that is my rule. That is my regulation. That's what I'm sticking with. So if we're talking about the energies, maybe somebody is just like really stubborn, hard-headed, like, no, it's not going to change. I'm not changing that. I'm not switching up. But somebody has like a trap perspective about respect, what it means to be respected, what deserves respect. Or a Taurus, that, okay. So you're supposed to be at peace though, okay? If you can, if you're able to not go to work or not do something, take a break or rest, or it's like there's something you're not even supposed to be looking at, dealing with, worrying about. Let's get 8 cards. That's interesting. So if you're worried or nervous, you don't have to be worried or nervous now. So I got the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords. So it looks like if you did run into somebody with the, because you're the Knight of Wands typically, there could be a relationship or a partnership, and that gave you a new perspective. Okay, the Queen of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles. So there's a relationship that gave you a new perspective on literally like asking for money, asking for resources. Then you have the Justice. There could be a Libra involved, the Emperor, and then the Fool. Yeah, the karma, there's karma being served to an Aries, or there's karma being served to masculine energy or something. You got Libra, Aries, and Aquarius here. Okay. Odd. All right, let's see. What is your energy in these 8 cards here? Okay, so you already see the truth. You already see what's going on. Maybe you, okay, so if you have to be at peace, maybe you're worried about saying the truth, telling the truth, calling something out. You already see what's going on. Ooh. You already know the truth, so you're not confused if you're wondering. What is this? What happened over here in the 2 of Cups? It's like you went to go meet somebody, you met somebody or something. Yeah, love. So you did something out of love for an individual, and it gave you a new perspective on what? A new perspective on what here? Defiance. Okay, so you did something out of love. Now you realize, okay, now it's hate. So it's almost like love gave you a new perspective on hate. or jealousy or envy. Because that's what we have here, a perspective on like following the rules, following regulations. And this is on some shit like, I don't know if it's like, okay, you did something out of love and like, yeah, this is why people are hateful. Or I'm also getting to like, maybe you're like trying to love somebody and that does not change the hateful part. Something doesn't change the hateful part, the envy part. I'm also getting to, if you're supposed to be at peace, there's no need to be jealous, envious, hateful, mean. There's nothing to say here. What, it's something you don't see about a Leo. You're not supposed to see. You're not supposed to keep paying attention to them or keep talking to them, or because they're focused on you. That energy. What was the cause over here? What's the result of this cause? Yeah, perspective. You see it differently. You're going to have a completely new perspective. Something could also make like, I recently went through something where I was doing something very difficult, right? And then I switched back to something that's easier and it completely changed my perspective. It was like, oh shit, this was way easier. I should have been doing this. So it could be something like that. Like, just to give an example, like for me, I've been talking about how I do day trading and stuff, and I've been on like this journey learning it, and I switched to futures, and I was like, I should have just stuck with options. It was easier. I knew how to do it. It was easy. And future was like a struggle for me. I was like, there's no need for me to switch, or so it could be something like that. But if this is relationships, I feel like you're doing something loving. Maybe you can compare, like, okay, this person loved me. This person was my friend, family, whatever. I can compare it to somebody that's hateful. I can compare that to jealousy. Or like, okay, I can't love somebody enough to make me hate, to make the hate go away. Like, if they hate me, they just hate me. I can't love somebody enough to change that. So what's the old perspective that you had here? And then we'll see the new perspective. You're supposed to be at peace. Yeah, love. Maybe you thought that maybe you thought something was love and it wasn't. What was it? It's like something's not actually love here or something like that. Or, yeah, resilient. Something is like a difficult for no reason or difficult to handle. Okay, what is your new perspective? This is Sagittarius on YouTube, introvert. All right, what's your new perspective? So, yeah, that's not, okay, you got, yeah, knowledge, power, and leadership. Maybe somebody just wants to be in control. There's no love or, all right, but your advice is to be at peace with what you know. You've already experienced this before. So, if this did not happen, like if this is something that's going up, oh, I know what this is too. And I'm only using this example because I worked for a Leo and he was fucking terrible. So it's like, I'm just going to tell this story as an example. So at my last job, right, I was the only one that was willing to work with this Leo man that was a manager. Everybody hated him. Literally. I was the only one that was willing to work with him. And then he did the same thing to me, right? So he started yelling at me in like a meeting and he got them to lay me off. So I lost my job because I was being nice to him or doing something I love for him. Or like, and I was helping like the staff members and stuff, and all the managers hated me because I was helping the staff. So it's something, it could be something like that. So like, I would never be nice to anybody at work ever again. Like, I would never give a fuck at any job. I would never help anybody. I would just never do it. I would never work with a difficult person. I would never be loving, nice, kind. Like, I would never do that again. Or if it's a relationship, like say you gave up something out of love, like maybe somebody wanted you to move or change your jobs or something like that, and it ended up being like fruitless for you. You're like, yeah, I'm not ever going to do that again, or, something like that. All right, but your advice is peace. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to pay attention to something. You don't have to give anything your attention. If you guys are dealing with an actual Leo, you do not have to talk to them, watch them, or something. Maybe the lead, I don't, okay, we'll see. What's the outcome for you? What's the outcome for you? That personality guidance. All right, luck, there's an opportunity. What is your opportunity here with luck here? So that's the reading. Yeah, focus and self-love. All right. You got dominance, hustle, and healing. So you're going to get another opportunity to like make your money back, something like that, or focus on your career with hustle. I mean, the way this looks, if you're wondering why somebody like me, I'm never going to date for free again. That's just me. That's just me. That could be something that you went through. Like, there's a lot of ways this could go. I would never date anybody for free. There's no point in that, or dating somebody that can't match you financially or something like that. It could be that too. All right, that was Sagittarius. Let's see. All right, Capricorn. Where's the time stamp? 107? That's, oh yeah, it's a 7. All right, y'all. Thank you for thank you for all the likes, views, subscribing. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for all the likes on TikTok as well. Shout out to you on Kick, my one Kick viewer. I think I got 4 followers on Kick now. I'm moving up in the world. All right, Capricorns. Ooh. Oh, my advice was peace. Maybe I need a nap. Maybe I need to take a nap. No, I'm just playing. All right, so we got Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces left. All right, Capricorns. What's the scenario for my Capricorns? Okay, perspective again, attitude. All right, your attitude going into something. Perspective on what, Capricorns? Okay, resilience. Your perspective on what you can handle. Your perspective on what is difficult. So something may be difficult for you and not difficult for another person. All right. Oh, okay. So I feel like if we're talking about a relationship, because this just came off of Sagittarius energy. If we're talking about a relationship, I feel like one person has to struggle in a love situation while one person is happy. But I'll just put resilience here because that was the next card. We're going to shuffle some more to see what your role is. A perspective on what is difficult to handle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Spiritual 2026. What role do you play here, Capricorns? Okay, vision. Okay, so you see something. Okay, what do you see here? What are you able to see? You're observing something. That's why we got perspective, attitude. What are you observing? What do you see here? Okay, voice. You're watching what somebody is saying. You could be paying attention to the effects of what you're saying, or you understand where somebody's coming from. Or you're reading between the lines here. All right, what's being discussed? You're reading between the lines, or you can see the effects of something that you've said. What's being discussed? Strength. Why is the Leo? Okay, I'm gonna have to do some personal time with this Leo energy, and why Leo keeps coming out. Okay, so we're discussing a Leo and the connectivity again. Okay. So like I said, okay, so I hope I'm not sounding redundant if you were watching the whole time, but so the strength card in the tarot, in a regular tarot, is 8, and then the connectivity card can be the 8 of swords. So it's like if you're repeating something, you have to keep the same mindset or the same perspective, right? So we're talking about perspective. So we're talking about this Leo's perspective, or they feel trapped, or they just look at some, yeah, they continuously focus. Somebody, so somebody is, okay, a Leo is focused on the fact that somebody who is insecure, or they feel left out, or they're different, they have the courage to defend, okay, to block out their emotions, okay. So this person's like, no, I don't feel ashamed. That's what's going on. So that's what we're talking about. There is no shame. I feel like a Leo is watching this. There's no shame. I have the courage to be myself. Okay. Why is it? I don't know why Leo is coming up so much. Okay, so let's see. So what energy should you be in with this? What energy should you be in with this scenario once you observe this? Humor. So you should find this funny, or you should find the irony. Something is funny or ironic. Okay. All right, hold on. We're going to take a little intermission. I got to go to the bathroom, y'all. Hold on. All right, I'm back, y'all. Thank y'all for waiting. Okay, so, all right, Capricorn. So you're observing something that's being said about a Leo in their mindset, how they view something, they see it the same way. They could feel trapped with the Eight of Swords energy. This is about perspective of what is difficult. And the energy that you're supposed to be in is humor. So you're supposed to find the irony in that. Now, in the Leo reading, I said that they were continuously focusing on a Sagittarius. Maybe you know these people or something like that. Let's see. So what's funny about it then? It's like you're going to see what somebody is saying here. Let's see. What is funny or ironic? Thank you for the follows. What's funny or ironic here? Not the Grim Gripper. That's a funny name. All right, let's see. What's funny here? What is ironic here? Okay, style, Cancer. Emotions, mood, and versatility. Somebody feels regretful. Something's ironic. It's like this Leo. Okay, what does a Leo feel trapped with? Focus. It's almost like they can't stop focusing on something. What? Or they can't stop being determined. What are they determined to have, or what are they focused on in this reading? This is what... Okay, you got spirituality, mood, versatility. Maybe there's supposed to be like some belief system surrounded by shame, or like there's some sort of regrets. Okay, let me get the cards, because this is, okay. You're supposed to laugh or find it funny, though. So, I don't think there's anything you need to do. Let's get 8 cards. I guess it's maybe somebody is trapped or they did something bad or something. And that's why it's funny. I don't know. Okay, at the 5 of Pentacles, the Magician. The Strength. Somebody is manipulating a Leo. The 8 of Cups. That's what, okay, so something has a Leo manipulated. They can't. Okay, so intuition is on the bottom. Literally, you got the 5 of, this is what is manipulating a Leo, or it's like somebody that's beneath this person is manipulating them, or something is manipulating them. Yeah, perspective. That's crazy. There's the resilience. There's a 10 of Wands. So this Leo believes that like a Taurus is being difficult. The Page of Wands, the 9 of Wands. So a Taurus may have said something that made them feel insecure or like singled out, or a Leo views like these rules, regulations as difficult. Something, this is odd. What? Okay, so what you're like, yeah, so that is funny. Where did you get that belief system from? What's manipulating the Leo? Somebody's manipulating this Leo, or what's manipulating the Leo? Or who, or whatever this is. All right, we got resistance and focus. So, I don't know, this is, okay, hold on. Let me slow down. Let me slow down. Okay, first of all, where are you at, Capricorn? Where are you at in this reading, in these 8 cards? Because it's like you're observing this. Okay, so right now you're distracted. That's why it's telling you to you're supposed to be humor. You're supposed to be laughing. Maybe you're angry. Maybe you're fighting. You could be upset. Maybe you keep observing somebody over and over again. What is supposed to be difficult to handle or deal with the 10 of Wands or something like that? What is the difficulty? What is the struggle? Self-love. Somebody has a difficult time accepting themselves. What's difficult about it? What's wrong? Somebody has a difficult time loving themselves. What is the Magician able to achieve here? It's like, how is that happening? Or I can't make it up. Yeah, the Strength card. Literally, somebody is manipulating a Leo. They have the courage. They're blocking out hustle, though. They don't want to spend, maybe they don't want to spend money, or they don't want to, because this is typically abundance. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's in the 5 of Pentacles, and they're getting a Leo to like also be in lack. It's like the people who are in lack are manipulating a Leo into blocking out abundance, the 10 of Pentacles. So maybe there's like a group of people, maybe they're like, yeah, don't go take that job or don't take that opportunity. So how is somebody able to manipulate this person? It's like people who have nothing are manipulating another person into like not going and getting anything. So maybe crabs in a barrel. Maybe that's what this is. How are they able to manipulate this is by resisting what? Resisting. And you're supposed to be humor. Resistance again and emotions. Okay, what else are you supposed to enjoy, or what else is supposed to be funny to you? You had Cancer energy. Okay, healing. Yeah, Cancer's focus and perspective on respect. Okay. Your energy is supposed to be funny. I did say that a Leo was supposed to work on their perspective. All right. What's the outcome for you? What's the outcome for you, Capricorns? That's odd. Okay, superstition and change. You could be worried about a change, or you're like, nah, don't change that. Or what is this scenario here? You're supposed to be laughing. You're supposed to have fun or enjoy something. Okay, there's peace. Sagittarius is supposed to be at peace too. They're not supposed to worry. They're not supposed to pay attention to something. I wouldn't even pay attention to this, I guess. You keep focusing on something over and over again, maybe. But yeah, find the irony in something. Laugh at it. Be happy. Okay, I'm not going to overthink it, but let's write it down. This could also be a thing where there's another way to look at this too. Like maybe people don't have anything and they're making it look like they have a lot. Okay. All right. I ain't going to overthink it. Aquarius is next. We got Aquarius and Pisces left. Capricorn is supposed to be laughing at what you see or what's going on. Okay. You need a higher power source. You guys have the higher power, okay? Y'all have the source in ya. All right, Aquariuses. I'm getting hungry, y'all. I'm going to go eat. I'm so glad I cooked that food. Ooh, I got to cook the rice. That's going to be quick, though. You know, I was thinking about how lazy you got to be to do minute rice. Because minute rice, like rice cooks very quick. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. All right. Aquarius. Let's see. All right. What's the situation for the Aquariuses here? What's the energy surrounding the Aquariuses? Okay, ambition. I think Cancer came out as ambition, repeating something, building something up. But this doesn't have to be just a Cancer, but we're talking about working, what you desire, what you want to work towards. All right, what role do you play here? What role do you play here, Aquarius? Strength. So now you're in the Leo position. Okay, so you, Aquarius and Leo are opposites. So you're doing something that you typically do that is opposite of what you would normally do. But right now, you're in the Leo position. You're in the strength card position again, too. Okay, and then we see truth. So there could be a truth about a Leo, or you might have Leo placements or something. Okay, so strength. All right, not a bad thing. Strength is still like having the strength to do something. You're strong enough to do something. So if we're talking about ambition, this is the Eight of Pentacles. So you could be really good at your job or really ambitious, or you're building up something perpetually. But we see the truth about strength here. Okay. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Aquarius? Okay, versatility. All right, so maybe in a more feminine energy or more comfortable. That's Empress energy. Could be moms or... All right, so, okay, voice. You may have to say something, and then luck. All right. You may have to actually speak up in a more feminine tone, or you have to be the woman to speak up on a scenario. What do you have to speak up about with voice? I'm also getting to maybe keeping an opportunity to yourself. But let's see what should be discussed or what's discussed here. Respect. Why is Leo and Taurus just coming out constantly? Okay. There's something where somebody has power over how people view things. You could be dealing with a Taurus. All right, let me get 8 cards. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. These are general, y'all. If anybody wants personal readings, go to the wall page. If you're on TikTok, if there's going to be more viewers, there's going to end up being fake pages. So this is my only page. All right, 8 cards for Aquarius. Okay, so there's somebody being generous or kind to the Emperor. This could be a man, a father figure, a son, just the way this looks. There's like compassion or doing something generous for a man, son, husband, father. Okay, the Knight of Cups. There's the Empress. Okay, so this is the energy you should be in. So I feel like you're doing something for a man, but they should be giving it to you. And I'm only saying that because this is how this looks. So, like the 6 of Cups, like there's generosity. We're doing something here for the Emperor. The Emperor does something for the Empress. So now you're supposed to be approached, or you're supposed to be open to receiving something. Yeah, okay, there's the Star. So that's typically Aquarius energy. So there's like an outside perspective that you have of masculine and feminine energy or something like that. 2 of Swords, Page of Wands, and then the 9 of Wands. What are we doing in the 6 of Cups? What are we giving to somebody? Like we're giving something to someone. Okay, peace. Sagittarius was supposed to be peace. They're supposed to be quiet, calm, or maybe we're just maybe it's a what do they say? Like a damn, what do they say? Like making peace, or like a I don't know, a symbol of peace or something like that. Yeah, peace and humor. Sagittarius, Capricorn. So a Sag is not supposed to worry. They're not supposed to speak up on something. They're supposed to be okay. The Capricorn is supposed to see the humor with the Leo energy. So that might offend. Maybe that's going to offend you, or that might bother you or something. Or what the fuck? What's the Emperor doing? Okay, Angel. So Sagittarius. So they're clear about themselves and potential. So they're clear about themselves. They know themselves. Maybe they're telling the truth. They're telling the truth about who they are as a person. And what are you doing in the Star card? Sexuality. So there's something masculine and feminine, or you're making a... Yeah, there's a perspective that you have on masculine and feminine energy. How do you typically view masculine energy? How do you typically view the Emperor? Okay, vision. Maybe you typically see okay, vision and personality. So you see how somebody is. This is how they act. It came out as Angel could be a Sagittarius. This is who they are, how they act. How do you typically view the Empress energy? Okay, intuition. So it's like, okay, somebody is just intuitive. This is how they act. This is what they know. This is women's intuition. What is somebody's intuition telling them to do here? Focus on confidence. Okay, focus on the 9 of Pentacles. Focus on being independent. Okay, and then here you go. This is your personality, inspiration and personality. So let's talk about you then. So basically, this reading is all about people being unique, which Aquarius rules that. Aquarius rules all of our unique identities, even though it is ruled by Saturn, which would be restrictions. Aquarius is groups of people. So if you got large groups of people, everybody's going to be different. So I feel like this person, they know exactly who they are or what they want to do, or they're following their intuition. Boom. Okay, so what part of your personality needs to show here? Or what do you need to tap into? Because the 9 of Wands is an energy where, okay, ambition. So it's something that you want to work on, something that you feel like focusing on. The 9 of Wands can be also like an energy where you feel like, oh, that's offensive to me, that's mean, or I'm singled out, or... What is the 9 of Wands? What might we feel insecure about or offended by? Excuse me. Passion, maybe what somebody else is attracted to, what they desire. What does somebody desire here? Or maybe, I don't know what that would have to do with this, but what does somebody desire or what they want? All right, defiance, healing, truth, and order. What's the outcome for you, Aquarius? I'm going to wrap it up because it's sexuality, love, leadership, innovation, and mood. Don't allow something to create like, because this is the thing, the Capricorn energy is supposed to be happy. There's supposed to be humor. Don't allow something to make you feel ashamed or regretful. Okay. Okay. Pisces is last but not least, and I'm hungry, so we got to go. Okay. I gotta turn off that AI summary thing. Can I turn that off on TikTok? I'm not interpreting birth charts. AI summary person. Thank y'all for tuning in, especially my folks on YouTube, allowing me to rebuild the channel. I appreciate y'all. All the platforms. TikTok, YouTube, Kick, WAP, all that good stuff. All right. Pisces is last but not least. Tomorrow I will do Pisces first. All right, what is the energy surrounding the Pisces here? What's the energy surrounding the Pisces? What's the situation? Okay, resistance. What's being resisted here? Thank you, Zelda. Okay, resisting spirituality. All right, so this could be literal resisting, like, I don't know if this is you. I mean, you're watching this, so maybe you'll resist the message that I give or something like that, but you might be resisting a certain spiritual belief, a certain religious belief. Yeah, spirituality, healing, superstition, yeah. So I feel like there's a spiritual element that will heal a worry. This could be meditating, like meditating, journaling, maybe pulling your own cards for yourself. So it could be like, some people believe like Reiki healing helps to heal a superstition. Now this could also go another way where it's like a religious belief could heal, like not trusting someone or something. I actually had a conversation like that with my child. I was like, nah, she was like, oh, one day there will be justice. I said, no. No, just don't trust it. Don't trust that. So there's a certain way this could go. What role do you play here, Pisces? What role do you play here? Okay, vision. So that was the same as Capricorn. So you're observing something, or you can see it clearly. What are you envisioning or observing here? Okay, confidence. You see the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Blocking luck. Okay, that Leo was luck. Somebody's blocking out a Leo. You can see that somebody is confident. Okay, so what energy should you be in with the information or what you're seeing? What should you do with what you're observing? Okay, innovation. So I feel like you're seeing a tool here where you're going to be able to manipulate or create something. All right, you're going to be able to create something here. What are you going to be able to create? If you're wondering, you have enough, like if this is you as confidence, you have enough money to do something. I'm also getting, you can do something your own, like I do my own hair, my own nails, things like that. What are you able to create here? Okay, you're going to try to manipulate somebody or copy somebody's personality. All right. Let's see. Hey, you're able to do it. You're able to copy somebody's personality or something. You're going to be able to create something here out of somebody else's personality. We'll see. All right, what's the 8 cards? Let's get 8 cards. I don't know. All right, the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Swords. That came out in the Leo reading. The 8 of Pentacles, 888. Something's repetitive. A new perspective. The Strength card again. Maybe you're able to do something because it's repetitive. Maybe you're able to copy it because it's repetitive. Literally, you have all the 8s. You got 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, the Strength card. Okay, what role do you play here in these 8 cards? Let's see. I see power. What role do you play in these 8 cards here, Pisces? You're going to be able to create something or manipulate it. Okay, so perspective. What is your, okay, perspective on what? Yeah, potential. What something can grow into. What do you think something has a potential to grow into? You just want to copy somebody or you want to repeat it? Defiance. Excuse me. Okay, what are we going against? What's the rule or regulation? Guidance. You're like, no, I'm not going to listen to that. Who's the guide or what are you supposed to be guided by? You're like, I'm not going to listen to that. Resistance. What are you guided to do here? Do something with a Cancer? Or are you being guided to move forward? Okay, what are you going to do instead? Or... yeah, rebellion. You're like, no, I'm going to do what I want. So I feel like you're going to do what you want on purpose. Or looks like you're just going to copy a Sagittarius's personality. Or you're going to try to manipulate a Sagittarius. Or you're going to try to manipulate a woman or something like that. Like, that's basically what it is. All right. That's the, I mean, what's repetitive here with the 8s? What are we repeating? Something's a pattern. Transition. Vision and change. Something's going to change, or we keep repetitively leaving. What's the starting point? Somebody keeps repeating or keeps coming back, leaving, coming back. Defense. What were we blocking out before? At first we're saying no to something or we're blocking out. So this is the thing. You're looking at something. You're like, okay, I'm able to manipulate this. The manipulation is blocked out. What blocks out the manipulation? So you're like, we're able to manipulate this. It could be an Aquarius. Okay. And then it transitions to what? So eventually you're going to be able to manipulate something. Voice, hustle, change, and peace. All right. What's the outcome for you, Pisces? I don't know. What's the outcome for you? Or you got inspiration and ambition. Yeah, and Aquarius is working. I don't really know what that has to do with you or someone else. But I'm about to go eat. That's why I do it in reverse, y'all. That's why I do it in reverse. So I'll do Pisces tomorrow first. I'm tired. I gotta eat. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. All right, I got to go. Y'all have a good day.